What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today we're going to talk about the MPG-17 style Gen Optimus Prime. Now, we have been talking about this for a few months now, but this time there was an interview with Yuya Onishi, which was the designer of this figure. Now, this interview, I don't know if it was a few months ago or if it was just recent, but then there were some pictures that came out among some of the websites that favor Baidu, which is a Chinese website, of this interview. And now these are pictures that I don't have much pretext. But what we know, of course, from previous statements was from Yua Onishi is that the MPG line is going to have a mix of tune. It's going to be a mix of everything. It's going to be a mix of, movie from like the movie verse. So it's going to be an amalgamation in a new style, and you could see that like in the pictures and everything like that. So yeah, I'm very pleased to say see this, and I had some thoughts on it at first, but then after seeing what the like the vision of what they're going for, this just kind of changed the landscape because, like I said, prior to this, all you heard everyone say is they want this animation. And then when you got it, I don't like it. This party does it, this company does it better. That company does it better. I still don't understand why people do that. But of course, here's just the G generation or, MPG with the little logo. So this is, I guess, going forward, going to be the new logo. So looking at the truck, you can see a lot of the different elements. Like you can see the G1 element in the front of the truck. The legs look like something from one of like almost like classic. Some of the other parts of the legs look like something from the movies. Like whether it's Age of Extinction or Revenge of the Fallen or the different versions of the primes from that, you could see where they're going with this. And now I'm starting to understand the vision. I would love to see what they do with, other characters. Maybe this would also help us to get characters, put in a lot faster, because trying to get everything to be tune accurate, that takes a lot of work. I mean, it does, And I mean, with the vehicle mode being, just that, like that, you have a lot more leeway to make figures. And the thing is, like everybody's like, oh, I don't have a cartoon and this, I don't have affinity for it. You don't need one. It's so, I don't understand that. So if you saw this, I never seen this version of Optimus Prime. I don't see him in any cartoon. I don't know him. How would I know him? He's a toy. I don't know toys. I know people. So therefore, if I saw it and I thought it looked good, I'm going to buy it. End of story. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to trick myself. Yeah, I think he's pulling MP44's trailer. So it does still, have that look. Now onto the robot mode. And you can see it here in the slide where they're pulling from every aspect of Optimus Prime. There's Classics Prime. There's the G1 toy look. I guess that's toy look. Over to the bottom, there's the movie verse, Bayverse, and then there's the G1 animation. So it looks like they took all of that, and that's why I told you guys I did see a lot of Siege in here, but now I do see also a lot of the Bayverse designs as well. So this is good. This is good. I don't know if you guys understand how much we need this. Excuse me, eating some food. How much we need this. We really need this. I mean, MP44 was given to everyone. And you can see with the weapons here, a lot of weapons are borrowed from Siege and especially from, Bayverse. But MP44 was given to everyone. Everyone was like, oh, we got MP44. And the first thing everyone said was, it costs too much. I don't like it. There's something wrong with it. It's got too many panels. It did have an issue. I remember with the legs or something like that. But besides that, you got the ultimate tuned version of the figure and what everybody wanted. And then everybody balked and every other company could do it better. I disagree with that. But anyway, this is one of the slides I want to see. The posability, the weapons, he still looks like Prime, but there's a lot that's there. And I think that's great because if they're going to add this element to it, then maybe we can get just some fresh designs. We need this. We need this. This kind of makes me think of Chuck. when Chug came out, Chug didn't have a cartoon, nothing. Chug just hit the shelf. It was this new look. It was this reimagined look at G1, and it flew off the shelf. To my Beast Wars fans who like to think that Beast Wars was this ultimate fly off the shelf toys, y'all need to stop pipe dreaming. No, Chug was. And you can see here, there's the showing the transformation of the figure. I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm really impressed. I mean, look at how everything folds up. And I wanted to stop here at the slide. I didn't want to do like the motion because I didn't want to lose any of the details, and that would have to split this 3 ways and keep making it go back. But you can see the transformation, the engineering, everything is going to fold up, and wow, it does a very good job. We can see here, this is going to be epic. I mean, like, I don't know about y'all. I think I might. I know Show Z and other places got pre-orders up. I don't like the pre-order, but I might have to. And people are like, well, it's a Gundam. It's a Gundam, man. You don't know anything about Gundam if you're saying Transformers is like Gundam. The only Transformers that's very close to Gundam is Star Saber, and that was a given. They said that based on Gundam, okay? Other than that, stop. All right? Stop talking. Just be quiet. If you don't like what you see because it's too jarring for you, then don't worry about it. Just keep on with your life, and we'll be all right without you. But yeah, I'm looking at these technical specs, and I'm saying, more needs to come from this line. We need more. We need Decepticons. We always start with Optimus, all this stuff. But we really need more. We need, there's a lot we can get from this. And, I don't know if, a lot of people say, well, what about the Decepticons? Because you know how it goes with Decepticons. We're like, when, okay, is it going to be here with Decepticons? Oh, no, Lord, it's just a bunch of Autobots. And the effects of the Masterpiece line trying to be as tune accurate and vehicle accurate as possible, I think has stunted the ability to pump out the figures fast enough. And especially as a Masterpiece collector, if you are one, I know your story. I have a good friend that is a Masterpiece collector, and the first thing you can say is, if you're Masterpiece, you don't have every one of G1. Mainline has every figure at least 2 times. At least, I said not all, at least 2 times in Mainline. There are different versions in Mainline. Even if you didn't want to count the movie, there are different versions in Mainline. You could take your pick going here, going there. Like my Blur is the Legends version from Japan. There's a few figures that I don't use any of the modern versions because I like the older versions. There are some figures we don't have any modern versions of because all we have is the versions from yesteryear now. Remember, Titans Return and Combiner Wars are even older than what we think. They're old. Combiner Wars is over a decade old, and we're at a decade old today, or not today exactly, but now with Titans Return. So it's something to think about, something to crunch on, and also getting into Masterpiece. I think this might be a lot easier, a lot more digestible because you can just grab a Prime and just go, and I don't, I liked it. That's all I got to say. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing more news reveals to them. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.